Hi, I hope this video finds you well. By now, my guess is most of you are aware that our override last night was not successful. And before I talk about what that may mean for us as an organization, I want to take a minute and thank the SOS group. This was a grassroots group that came to the governing board and said, please put this initiative on the ballot because we as a community are going to work hard to get it to pass. And I have to tell you, even though it didn't pass, this group of volunteers worked harder than any group I've ever seen. The time and energy and commitment and dedication and communication and forward thinking of the SOS group is very much appreciated. In fact, I think the SOS group created a blueprint for how future endeavors should be conducted. And so my appreciation, the district's appreciation to the SOS group can't be stated enough. So thank you very much. It's interesting to me because I do quite a few videos. And it seems like there's a repeated pattern in some of my videos. This morning I sat down and I thought, okay, what am I going to say here? And I really couldn't come up with anything, not because I don't believe in us, but because writing down a script to talk to you about where we're at as an organization seemed incredibly disingenuous today. Because really all I want to say is this. As an organization, I don't look at the failure of the override as a defeat of you or as a defeat of us. It's a stumbling block and it's disappointing and it makes me angry, but it doesn't discourage me from who I believe we are and who I expect us to be. As your superintendent, I've seen amazing things happen in our classrooms, whether it be our embracing of beyond textbooks, of technology, of individualized instruction, of project-based learning, of group lessons, of student projects. I've seen amazing staff work with amazing kids. I've seen staff not only understand content and pedagogy, but also staff and kids that have taken time out when somebody was hurting and telling them it's going to be okay. And those things that I've seen as your superintendent are not dependent upon the vote. They're dependent upon you and your quality. And so, yeah, I'm frustrated and I am angry, and it's disappointing the override didn't pass. But it doesn't dissuade or discourage me from believing and expecting that you are able to accomplish the goals that we've set out for ourselves. Obviously, our governing board has work to do over the next several months. Certainly, the failure of the override does create a bit of a financial challenge for us. But as our governing board has always done, the crux, the genesis, the anchor that they hold to when making decisions is ultimately what's in the best interest of kids. And when we talk about a school system, what's in the best interest of kids, largely we fall back on this idea of providing kids a better opportunity to learn tomorrow than they had today. And in order to do that, we've got to be able to constantly look for creative ways to attract and retain quality staff, attract and retain quality students, attract and retain quality parents, and attract and retain quality programs. And our governing board will continue to focus on making decisions that do just that. I also want to compliment our governing board for going out for the override. Certainly, it was a discussion that was a very honest discussion based on last year's results. But the belief our governing board has in you, I think was demonstrated last spring, more so than I've seen other governing boards do. And I feel very confident they will continue down the road of making decisions that are in the best interest of our kids, which allow us to have opportunities that aren't just adequate, but are exceptional. An old saying that you hear all the time, and I didn't want to use it, but it is that we have an opportunity not just to survive, but to thrive. And it seems odd to say that on the heels of a defeat, but a defeat doesn't define us. How we respond to a defeat defines us. And I expect and believe that we're going to respond better than we have ever done previously because of you. Our governing board will begin the process of looking at things like our 4-day work week, things like a possibility of a modified school calendar, things like the potential for looking at cost-saving measures that may generate dollars that allow us to provide some sort of financial benefit to our employees. And those are going to have to take place in a pretty condensed period of time, because I believe our governing board wants to be in a position first part of the year, so maybe late January, early February, where it can come to some recommendations and or some solutions that allow there to be a bit more of clarity for you and for our parents as we move into the next school year. Tough day today, and I don't want to pretend that it isn't, but it isn't the kind of day that defines us. If you have questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'd be happy to talk with you. As always, it's a pleasure working with you and for you. Thanks.